They're not EDA members.
Yeah, no, the, Keith Yetzer and Wayne Lees, Greg Zilka.
Hi guys.
Greg's the chair of the committee.
Hi guys, Carol.
Nice to meet you again.
Carol was that?
Yes.
You know Mark or Bob or anybody coming?
Bob said he would make it. I thought I got an email back from Lauren that, no, not Lauren, Mark, Gerby, and Bob, I got emails back from, so.
Are they coming?
Lauren is meeting today? That planning and zoning thing? No.
He was in this morning.
I know,
Get his
yeah.
council packet downloaded.
So, give me a few minutes.
Mark usually comes running in at the last minute.
Yeah. I was gonna email them all this morning too, and they didn't have time. Oh, Bob Reinhardt is standing outside. How do you? I'm good, how about yourself?
I've got all my stuff in here, so.
Oh, I wonder if, is it in there, or else probably down on Greg's desk.
Okay. I realized,
Lisa, would you mind calling Mark Gerby and Jim Eichman and see if they're coming to the meeting, please? Hi, Bob.
How's everybody?
Howdy.
Mr. Mayor?
How are you, sir?
Good.
Good.
Oh, I can read that without my glasses. Another gorgeous day.
Yes, it is.
You
yes.
do enjoy them?
Yes.
Mhm.
Awful hard to go back to work on a day like today. Rode my motorcycle over for one of the last rides of the year, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, you never know, you could be riding in December. Happened.
Yeah.
I've got
Put your long johns on.
Oh, yeah.
Greg, Mark had an emergency, so he can't be here,
Okay.
so, and they're gonna try and get a hold of Jim and Lauren, yeah, so.
Oh, bummer.
So should I hold on? Do we have,
We don't have a quorum.
Well, while you're waiting around, I'll give you guys an update on the Camp Ripley Veterans State Trail, if you're interested. We're gonna be hosting a fairly large event on October 7th, which is a Friday. We're gonna sponsor, you gonna make it?
my calendar, yes.
Good. We're gonna sponsor an ATV ride. We're bringing in a bunch of politicians. I got the deputy director for the DNR coming in. I got a whole bunch of people coming. Be a lot of press coverage. We're trying to show unequivocal, or whatever you want, overwhelming is a better word, support for this Camp Ripley Veterans State Trail that's coming through. It'll be a big, big win for our community if we can pull it off. So, you guys probably don't know much about it, do you?
No.
See, we need more press yet. Yeah. There's going to be an article this coming week in the local paper about it. It's a state-sponsored trail, and it's the first multimodal trail in the whole state. be designed for motorized and non-motorized. The primary purpose is to connect the Sioux Line Trail up to the Paul Bunyan Trail. There's a big missing link. If we can complete the missing link, we will have created the longest paved off-road trail in the world for bicycles.
Wow.
Big deal. It's really a big deal.
Yeah.
And we're also going to complete a fairly large missing link for the ATVs. There's a whole bunch of trails to the north of us, a whole bunch of trails Sioux Line south, but there is no connection unless you go 50 miles out of the way to get back to it.
So
So
that'll go right through Camp Ripley then, or edge it or something?
actually Camp Ripley is a big part of this.
Room's on its way.
Awesome. Camp Ripley is actually part of the reason we've gotten as far as we have. By state law, the trail is supposed to go from the Sioux Line to Little Falls up to Camp Ripley, completely encircle Camp Ripley. And the connection to the Paul Bunyan will be at Crow Wing State Park. So it's really kind of a really big deal. And Camp Ripley it's not concrete yet, but discussions are being had that we can put our trail on their western border, which, if you know, driven up number 1 or not, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
All like further,
It'll be a beautiful, beautiful ride. So,
And it'll kind of put Little Falls right at the center of the trail.
yeah, it's the stepping off, it's a logical stepping off point for people coming from most anywhere. Would be to come to Little Falls.
Yeah, take a little break.
So, yeah, trying to save the downtown. We need some new money in this town, and there's a whole bunch of things that it does for us. We're at a point where we think we're gonna be able to start turning dirt next spring, which is really exciting.
On,
After 7 years,
on the ATV or on the?
maybe both.
Good.
How do you stay tuned on that? Are you gonna do it in the paper? Or?
Yeah, I probably need to be better about that. There's a press release gonna come out about this ride that we're doing. If you want a lot more information, I can get you on my email list. I send out an email every month.
Yeah, I would do that.
Would you, here, why don't you just put your
You got a
email address
website.
on that for me?
You got a website too.
Yeah, it's not real great. It's crbtrail.org. We really just brought it up again not long ago, and we do have some information on it, but yeah, crb.org. No, I'm sorry, crbtrail.org. Or give me your email address and you get a monthly update. Anyway, at 1:30 on that Friday, we're trying to get as many ATV riders there as possible.
I won't be ATV.
That's all right. That's all right, that's all right. It's open to the general public. This
I'm
has,
not gonna haul ours, we use our ATV for hauling calves and all kinds of stuff. Fencing,
it gets used, yes.
seed corn, every time I wanna plant a garden, there it goes down the driveway full of seed corn, and there I sit, you know.
They are a handy tool.
Oh boy.
There will be borrowed ATVs there too, so. Some of the dealers from Brainerd Baxter are giving us emails, or giving us ATVs, but Emerson's and Westside haven't yet. Deb's gonna work on it for me. I don't think they understand how much press is gonna be around this, and I am gonna recognize those people who contribute. And I hope they're embarrassed if they don't help us.
I would hope they would help. Is anybody talk to them?
Yes, I was there in person, and I believe it was one of the Hilmersons was standing there. I asked for, what is it, Brad and or Travis? Is that the name's right? I believe it's right. And I asked if they were there, and he pointed, oh, the guy at the desk will help you. So I told him what we were doing. He stood there and listened the whole time and
Right down the hall.
wouldn't recognize the fact that that's who he was. I know it was him. I know it was. And the guy at the desk didn't miss a beat, so they must do this more often. I was a little steamy by the time I left there.
Well, I go talk to them, Frank, but we're talking to them about a donation for
Don't screw that.
for the Humane Society, so I can't double dip.
Yeah, Deb's gonna talk to him for me from the chamber.
Lord.
dairy farm in Belgrade.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was really interesting, how they, like the pasture. It was funny because this old guy who had been on the farm for 40 years and just, it's been organic the last 10, and he said this can actually help save family farms because it's so much lower scale. But he was just talking about drainage and everything else. He said that when he was in high school, he hated biology. He slept the entire class, and now that's all farming is biology. So he said that, I told him he spoke to us for about a half hour out in the pasture. He got done, he was walking by me. I said, you know what, you sound just like a biology teacher.
That's probably the biggest compliment you could give them.
It was really interesting, even to know that the cows, he was talking about thistleweed or something, that they have an ailment that they actually eat that for medicinal. That the cows know what to eat, you know, whether it's
When they don't feel
indigestion or whatever, they know what, something else to eat. And it's like,
This will
wow.
seem to be abundant this year too.
Yeah, that's
Is
what
there
he said.
something year to year why they change, or?
I don't know.
I have a lot at home for some reason, or did, I think they're all dead now, but.
Well, the biggest thing with an organic farm is how do you do weed control? I mean, it's not easy. You literally take over everything.
Right. Well, and he said a lot of it was by rotation of crops, and out in the pastures, you know, they just block off where they can eat them.
They have paddocks, yeah, that they.
That's what
yeah.
the word was, I couldn't think of, paddocks, but, yeah, it was interesting,
Those
except,
organics, I don't know if they're mostly grain, hay-fed, grass-fed, as opposed to any grains that they.
he said they had some crops too, but I don't know if that was for the cattle or not.
Yeah. They don't want cattle to be as fat as they used to, so they, on purpose, don't feed as many grains, because that's such a high level of proteins that it creates a lot of fat. So they're doing a lot more grass-fed, so.
No, I remember growing up, we didn't have spray or anything, I mean, we're out there cultivating corn 3 times a year, until the corn got so high you couldn't, yeah, nobody liked that job.
And if you had a bad patch, you were out there with a hoe.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I did, so.
Can't remember, he said there was one thing that he makes, they get the high school kids out there and they pull,
Detassel?
I don't know, what- no, they pulled
Oh.
some weed.
Oh,
That
got
was
it.
really bad for the cattle, and
Yep.
then they
Well,
made
that's
a
what I was worried
donation
about.
to the high school, so it was,
Yeah.
they said it was,
Who's that?
I was all Belgrade.
Oh, okay.
We went on a trip, I went with my natural foods manager. And,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I thought, oh boy, this is gonna be fun, because haven't been on the farm much, other than
Yeah.
visit my grandparents 50 years ago there, so, but it was really interesting listening to this guy, how passionate he was about it, and
I wish my father hadn't sold the farm. I'd love to have still been farming. Hard work, but it
way
was.
too much work for me.
And no pay. I can tell you right now, no pay.
I was gonna ask him how he bought that $250,000 tractor that was sitting there.
Well, he's probably leased it, number one. Number two, you know, if you're selling organic, you're getting over $20 an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he said.
Yeah.
It's a lot more money, but you get less
I was gonna
production.
say, yeah, your production's way down.
Yeah.
But it's,
Well, my dad had a choice. He either had to get a lot bigger or get out. His ulcer told him to get out, so.
okay, Lauren's here, Jim's on his way, so I don't know if you want to start. Hey, Lauren.
I think Lauren makes it
Lauren's a
more.
corn, yeah.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna get started. Show these guys. It's away from making money.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Adopt an agenda, I entertain motion.
I'll motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second that. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Business presentation.
So Keith Yetzer, Wayne Weiss, from Mala Mills, Greg Zilka, our EDA chair and mayor, Bob Reimetz, who's on our EDA, Lauren Boyum on the EDA, and met Carol, John, and myself already. So they are here to discuss the potential to buy some property from the city, kind of where their business was, where it's at, and where they're going. So,
Awesome. Well, first of all, thanks for having us. We appreciate you taking the time to meet with us. As far as the business, Mullen Mills, currently is located here in the city. We bought a building and we've grown just in this last year. We're kind of expecting, we're having a little bit better year than what we thought actually. As far as growth goes, we've hired 2 or 3 employees? 3 employees currently from Little Falls to work in New York. And we're looking, and actually some of those families relocated here as well. I know Mark moved from over by Assoc Center. Yes. Or Osakis, I'm sorry. And
His mom actually just bought a house in town too.
Cool.
And then they got 2 young children too, I forget the ages, but they're fairly small, they'll come up through the ranks and they're really loving the city as well, so. I guess we're excited about that. Looking ahead, we know for things to work for us, to continue to grow, we need a little more room, to run the business. We're already kind of, where we're located is pretty tight, so, and we want to stay here, obviously, that's our goal. We purchased the building and did some of that stuff. We're in it now at this point. And things are working out very well for us. We're looking at growing over the next 2 years about $2 million a year. So I would say we'll be somewhere around this, maybe, pretty close to a $6 million a year company.
Awesome.
In gross sales. And so with that, it's gonna, we're gonna need to continue to add people.
Sorry.
We'll need to continue to add people to do the work.
Sometimes I forget what hat I'm supposed to be wearing.
So, that's part of it. We need to continue making improvements to the building too, obviously. As the company gets more profitable, we're able to invest more into the business. I'm just going back through some of the stuff that I had give you guys earlier. Since we got started, we've actually, we've been able to land some pretty nice contracts with some bigger companies. We started out with Golden Pump and then worked our way in to Genio and then Wilmer Poultry.
Nice.
So we have some very, we're dealing with some bigger people, so we want to continue. We know the demand is there. Since we did that, another company in the shavings industry decided to get out of it. He's been in it for a long time. So we ended up buying some of their assets and acquired some of their 10-year employees that relocated to Little Falls.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's kind of the adjustment. What do? We're a premium animal bedding company. We produce animal bedding for the poultry and chicken market. So as long as we keep eating chickens, we got a lot of need there for bedding.
You grind up, I know you grind up logs, you grinding up hardwoods, or what do you, is it aspen or?
Aspen and pine.
Aspen?
Yeah.
Pine?
Molasses and things.
Okay.
But,
You're hiring other people to supply it, or you get your own guys that go out and get it, or what?
So we do, currently, we're purchasing all the timber. We got a fixed cost, we know what it is. When we started the business, we were shaving a load a day, and now we're up to 5 loads a day. So as you can imagine, we're going through a lot more material.
Yeah.
So, when we bought into the business, we allocated $100,000 or some money towards product. So we could supply and demand, we'd have it. It would start aging a little bit, which would be a little less work on the dryer.
That's what I was gonna ask, if they need to be seasoned logs, yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of why we're looking at, we need a little more room there to be able to actually get more productive, more profitable. It's pretty much, I guess we would have never thought the thing would have taken off quite like it did, or has.
Good problem.
Yeah, it's a good problem. We're gonna get into bagging, so we'll have some bagging there and fill some of those needs as well, so.
The avian flu last year, and obviously the companies have changed now how they handle their birds and their flocks, and how often they clean out their barns. Has that contributed to your growth?
I think mainly the success has come from a lot of that is we're very fussy as far as our product. When we say premium animal bedding, that's what it is. You know, we have quite a biosecurity program that we have as a company where we're, we do daily, weekly, monthly checks for all the things that fit into that. You know, there's a lot of things. When we're at the barn, we don't go in the barn. We don't, you know, we spray our tires down. There's just a ton of stuff that, you know.
That's all happened since the last year.
Yeah. So we were a little bit ahead of that curve. I think we were doing a pretty good job there. And you know, at that point, we were dealing mainly with Golden Plump, and they didn't have the flu. So, but then the other folks, you know, obviously they stepped up their game too. You know, everybody. We don't want to make the news, neither, and we don't want them to either, for that matter.
Mhm.
So we're very fussy. We got some ideas coming up here that looking at engineering and doing some different things to get creative to help with that too.
So what you do is you chip the logs and then how do you haul them out? Just big truckloads or
Yep.
because you said you're getting into bagging, so you just,
Good question. So currently right now we do, we basically take the log and it comes through a process where it comes into the mill and it's shaved and creates kind of a curl. Not so much of a chip like a chipper would, but more of a curl. And then that goes down the line and goes through a drying process. And in our drying process, we actually dry it down to 10% moisture or better actually. A lot of times it's even further down, which helps with other things. But then from there, we haul it out in bulk in truckloads, and our bagging right now is, you know, that's a need. You know, right now we're just we have to buy that product and deal with all that. So now that we have the room.
Are you gonna try to do some retail if you get a bagger?
You know, it's not on the focus quite yet. You know, I mean, we have been in talks with the bagging companies as far as some bigger players like Tractor Supply, and that. But, you know, we want to be very careful there. We have a kind of a niche where we're at. We'll focus on that real heavily. We'll get good at it,
Mhm.
and then from there, you know, as the need, supply, and demand, if we have the room to do it,
Mhm.
you know, that's kind of where we're at.
Well, I see it as a win-win for the city, of course.
Big time.
You know, we've got land, you're looking for land. And so why not pull it off if it's gonna help your business is growing, you're gonna continue to grow, and the more you have invested, the more long-term security we have in keeping you here, so as far as I'm concerned, it looks like the right thing to do to me.
You said, thank you for hearing us. I'm going the exact opposite. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. Thank you for expanding, you know, so.
Thank you for coming, thank you for staying, and thank you for investing more.
Yeah. Well, I have a relative that's in town here, Nick Lamp, has a lot with you guys. And I'm just, you know, excited to work together with you guys. It sounds like you guys have been good to work with, and I think, you know, we found a home, we're happy to be here. So.
Good. Any further questions? Otherwise, are we looking for a motion to make that recommendation to the city, Lori?
Sure.
At the price that we had discussed?
yes.
Okay.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Would you specify the
What was it again? I can't remember.
25,000? I believe?
25,000. I would, my resolution, or I'm sorry, my motion is to accept their offer of 25,000 for, what was it, four pieces of land?
Oh, I think there's,
Five.
Five or
yeah, 5 acres, yeah.
Okay,
So the combined price would be 25,000 for all five parcels. So that's what I was trying to get
Your
across.
second follow?
Yeah, I would say.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the board?
That's good, and I understand that you'll end up with about 7 employees.
And we'll actually do more than that.
Yeah, they, right now, just hired a couple guys last week, truck driver and
Yeah, the truck driver was local, Myron, or
Marlon Parker, he's still in the rental store.
So he's on board, and then, yeah, so we'll probably add 7 more employees.
Awesome.
And I would say actually potentially more than that. Yeah.
Okay, further questions or comments? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. So that'll come as a recommendation to the council.
Right, and the council will meet October third, or the first Monday in October, so,
Third.
we will have that on the agenda for October third. And before that, I'll be in touch with you, so, we get some information from you, so.
All right.
Best of luck, guys, hope you do well.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good luck. Motion to adjourn.
Keep eating chicken.
So moved.
Second.
Kurt.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Meeting is adjourned. Thanks, gentlemen.